listening to
Catholic Sprout,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith.
Greetings, young Squire Sprouts. Today is the 15th day in the second month in the year of our Lord 2025. My name is Sir Rolland Paterlot, and you're listening to Saturdays with Sir Rolland on Catholic Sprouts, where every Saturday we discuss the art of dragon slaying. Today on the podcast, I thought we would do an episode titled Dragons Around the House. Each day we encounter the opportunity to make many choices, and it's the choices that forge us into dragon slayers or cause us to be wounded by dragons. It's my job here to help you make good choices, to choose goodness, beauty, and truth over what is evil, false, and ugly, to choose virtue over vice, to choose the saint inside of you over some second-rate version of yourself. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how you can defeat dragons in your everyday, ordinary life. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you a scenario of a situation you may encounter around your house. These examples may or may not be based on real-life examples of people I know or things I have done as a kid or perhaps even as a dad, as dragon slaying is a lifelong endeavor and we can never claim to have arrived on this side of heaven. For the scenario in today's lesson, I'm going to give you several options of how you could handle it, and you get to pick what option you would choose, or maybe even what option you have chosen in the past. I will then discuss those choices to see what level of dragon slaying you have reached in that particular situation. Here's the scenario. You're minding your own business and happen to be walking through the laundry room. You notice that because the washer is a little off balance, the spin cycle caused the washer to shake so badly that it knocked over the laundry detergent, thereby spilling the liquid onto the laundry floor, which happens to be made of cheap snap-together pieces of wood that tend to bend or warp if they remain wet. What should you do? A. Find the nearest cat and put their paws in the liquid, and then let the cat go walk around the house. This covers your bases in case somebody tries to blame you for the crime. B. Splash in the detergent, slipping and sliding around the laundry room pretending you're playing ice hockey on skates until your parents catch you. When they ask you what you're doing, you tell them it wasn't your fault. You didn't knock over the detergent. When they ask you why you didn't clean it up, you tell them you didn't tell me to, or it wasn't my fault, or it's not my job, or it's your house, not mine. C. You pick up the bottle of detergent and carefully step over the spilled liquid. When your parents find the spilled liquid and ask what happened, you tell them it wasn't you, but you did help by picking up the detergent bottle. D. Pick up the detergent bottle and go find your parents, telling them there is a mess in the laundry room, and make sure you explain to them that it wasn't your fault and you were kind enough to pick up the bottle. E. You pick up the bottle and get some paper towels and clean up the spilled liquid. Then you proceed to make sure you tell everyone in the house the amazing deed that you did that day. Or F. Pick up the bottle and clean up the liquid. Offer up a small sacrifice for the young kid who's been out sick all week with the flu. While you're in the laundry room, you find some shims to balance the washer, and then noticing the washer has stopped, you joyfully put the clothes from the washer into the dryer and begin drying the load on the proper cycle. Okay, does everybody have their honest answer of what they might do? Let's go through the answers. If you chose option A, you have not reached any level of dragon slaying. You are in fact in league with the dragons and have been badly wounded. Withholding vital information from your parents and trying to get the cat in trouble is a form of lying and a form of laziness. I award you no points. Please try harder. If you chose option B, you still have not reached any level of dragon slaying, but in fact are still being owned and manipulated by dragons. In your decision to use the opportunity to have fun, you think of nobody else or the damage you're causing or the mess you're making in the living space that you share with your whole family and that you are a part of. You are thinking only of yourself, which is a sure sign of dragons. I award you no points. Please try harder. If you chose option C, you have reached the first level of dragon slaying. You have begun to formulate a thought in your brain that you are not the only person living in the house or on the planet, and somebody is paying for all this stuff, so maybe you should lift a finger to help. However, you are still at a very early stage of dragon slaying and have a long way to go in your training. You did help some, but only to receive some recognition and stay out of trouble. If you chose option D, you are well on your way to being a great dragon slayer, and your immediate response to get help is a great stride forward on your journey. And if you're so young that you haven't been trained on how to clean a mess up like that, then perhaps this was the best option for you. Well done. Keep climbing the ladder. I would advise that you could ask your parents to show you how to clean it up so that you could better assist next time. If you chose option E, you have now reached a level of dragon slaying that shows you understand the concept of responsibility, hard work, teamwork, and reliability. Excellent job. Just beware of the red dragon of pride who always seeks the approval and praise of men. Seek your approval and praise from God alone. God sees every good work you do. Let that be enough for you. If you chose option F, you have reached a level of dragon slaying that is almost unheard of a child living in their parents' house. Legends have been told of such deeds in the ages past, but nobody knows for sure just how much of those stories are true. Every good story deserves embellishment, and sometimes we do embellish our saint stories a little bit for effect. This kind of dragon slaying may seem out of your league or darn near impossible, but I assure you by the grace of God, it is possible. All right, I hope that little situation was helpful for you. My challenge for you this week is to think about how you will respond to a situation that I hope occurs every night. Dinner as a family. When the food is gone and your belly is full, you hear those words, kitchen chores. What will you do, young slayers? Will you run like a cockroach when the lights come on, hiding until the crisis is over? Will you slowly exit the room, pretending you didn't hear anything, and wait until your more responsible sibling accomplishes everything, and then use the excuse that you didn't know or nobody told you what to do? Or will you jump to the task, joyfully and obediently doing what you've been trained to do your whole life, striving to save souls with every act of kindness and love? And will you pause for a moment to say, "Thank you, Mom and Dad, for providing this delicious and nourishing meal for my body. I'm so grateful for all that you do for me." I'm not saying you have to do all that. I'm just giving you ideas. And to all the moms and dads out there, I see you, I hear you, and I feel what you feel. Don't give up. You are not alone. God will finish the good work He started in you, and believe it or not, He will finish the good work He started in your children. I hope you have enjoyed this first ever episode of Dragons Around the House. If you guys like it, let me know, and maybe we will do more of these in the future. And until next week, I'll leave you under the protection of St. Michael the Great Archangel, St. Joseph the Terror of Dragons, and Mary, Queen of the Angels, Our Lady of Grace, and the woman whose seed crushed the head of the dragon.
That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God created you to be.
Hey, parents and kids. Sir Topher, my buddy that many of you know if you read my book series, has some really exciting news to share with all of you about our plans this Lent. Please check your Training Guild email for more information. If you're not in our training guild, please register for free at extraordinarymission.com/dragonslayers. And remember, listen to Catholic Sprouts every day, including Saturdays with Sir Rolland.
This podcast is part of the Spoke Street Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.